A very good afternoon, our viewers of Elkem TV. Today is a beautiful, that's Tuesday 14th of January 2025. We are here for our usual program, this Elkem Sports, with none other than West Nile's ambassador under Moses the Great, this sports messiah. We shall be taking you from this time. I expect it be brief one as usual, 1 hour. We shall be pushing till 3, that's 11 past 3. So I want to welcome whoever is outside viewing us in your respective platforms that it is time for Elkem Sports as we transform Bunyoro Sports here. Today's actual ambience is a bit quite good, and I think it is enjoyable for whoever is within Masindi. The weather is a bit calm and sunny, so if you are not a very good friend to sunshine, I think right now there must be a lot of hibernation. So what you have to do is just you need to cool yourself. Either you get a fresh refreshment like soda or cold water that will be in position to reduce or cool your temperature. But if you are used to sub-Saharan kind of weather, then you will be okay to go with it. So we shall be talking basically about the academy. The coach I have here has an academy that's brilliant, and we shall be also talking about our own local sports here in Masindi, Bunyoro at large, and then we talk briefly about national preparation. We shall go briefly and talk about international football for some of you who are fans of Premier League and the other leagues respectively. So I have with me Coach Godwin. I will not be the one to introduce himself for you outside there. So he's here with me as my guest of today. Let him introduce himself as we continue right from here. Coach, you are welcome. Yes, may you briefly introduce yourself to our viewers of Elkem TV?
Coach.
Hold the mic up.
Yeah, I'm a football coach. I specialize in player development. So I am currently working with the Brilliant Football Academy together with Masindi Secondary School.
Okay, I hope you have heard him loud and clear. He is basically dealing with the Brilliant Soccer Academy and Masindi Senior Secondary School. This is a government school here based in Masindi. It is very historical, and it has produced very many intellectual people whom we know who have qualities and big profiles. So Masindi Senior Secondary School is not a new school. It is one of the oldest government schools we have, if I'm not mistaken. And it was during the time of colonialism. Some of you basically know that. So, Coach, thank you for actually coming out with that initiative of starting that is a soccer academy. I know it is not easy, but it is always someone's heart that develops that, let me start this, that we did target. I hope so. So, can you tell us what transpired you to start academy, and when did you start it?
Okay, to begin with, I want to thank you for accepting to host me here on Elkem TV. It is not an opportunity I take for granted.
Thank you.
Yeah, I started this academy way back in 2010. Yeah, in 2010, then back then, I started with, of course, very many ambitions. I also started as a very young man, very ambitious, and right now, I thank God, I can count on 15 years of continued service. Yeah. Then the other thing is, I can't be specific on what inspired me, but all I can say, I think it was passion that just came naturally, because how I started, I cannot even recall, but I just found myself into this game, very committed, and here I am, 15 years down the road.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. 15 years down the road, that's when you started. That's the Brilliant Soccer Academy. That's way back in 2010.
Yes.
Thank you. You're a coach.
Yes.
Can you tell us, in football career, who was that player who transferred you, and in most times, which position do you prefer in your career? You were playing which position?
No, the fact is, I did not play a lot of football. That is a fact.
Yes.
But I think I was so talented during my young age. And I think if I had played up to the top level, I was supposed to be a very good midfielder, because I had the talent, only that during our time, I think we were not supported. Back then, we did not have these local academies that could push us. So I played whatever I managed to do, and then I was not supported. I think even the family background, where they never used to allow us play, all the time it is about books. So I think I should have played at a very high level if I was supported, but I did not. I think it is one of the main factors that inspired me to help out the rest of the kids, such that they can get that opportunity that I did not get.
Okay.
Yes.
That is it. Okay, in Brilliant Soccer Academy, how many players do you have, and from which age group to which one?
Okay, starting from that question, if you ask me how many players I have, from 2010, if I can give you the number of players, I don't think I can even count them.
Yes.
I think right now I may be having hundreds of them.
Yes.
That have done it through, they've gone through the academy.
The academy, yes.
Yeah. Then currently, I think we have around a total of 70 kids. Yes. Active and non-active, because there are those that come through in the holidays. There are those who are always around, even during school time. So that is where we are. Yeah, we start from age 5 for beginners. Then we push them up to the age of 20. What we do is we keep nurturing these players, prepare them both as players and as citizens of the country, because it's not all about football, but we can use football to groom and to groom these young citizens of Uganda to achieve whatever they want to achieve, even if sometimes you don't succeed in particularly football. Yeah, we always support them, guide them in everything, academics and life skills.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you talked of very many players who have undergone through your hands from that academy of yours. Briefly, can you cite for us few of them who might be playing with some maybe regional clubs or big clubs that we may know. They may either be in Premier or regional or big league. So briefly, can you tell us some few of those who came through Brilliant?
Brilliant has produced a multitude of players, both in all the levels of Ugandan football. But of course, I'm going to, like you said, I'm going to cite a few of them.
Just a few of them.
Yeah, at least everyone who comes from this region knows Gifty Fred.
Yes.
Former captain of SC Villa. Yeah, I think he joined us when he was around 12 years.
He also played for Boma.
Yes, he played for, of course, he started with the Brilliant. Back then, we were playing in the regional league. Then we had to push him to Boma. I think Boma also played a very big part in his development, that he went to, from Boma, he had to transfer to Villa. From Villa, he went to Young, that is in Tanzania. Then from Young, he's currently playing with St. George of Ethiopia. He's one of our players.
Okay.
We also have Ahewa Jasper. Currently, is I think the deputy captain of Kitara Football Club. He has also gone through Brilliant Football Academy. We have very many players in the regional league in different regions, in Kampala region, Buganda region. At least many of us know about players like Sabit Balam, Musimenta Dase. There is Jonah.
There are many.
Tenga, they are playing in the Buganda Regional League with the Super Eagles. But most importantly, we have currently, most recently, Kitara Football Club signed one of our young players by the names of the Arwanga John Bosco. Yeah, last season.
Okay.
This is his second season in the team, but of course, like a younger player, they are still preparing him to do it, to have his chance on the team. Very soon, people are going to enjoy his talent.
Okay. Actually, Brilliant. We have come to know you have produced really very many prolific players. Those of Givity, as people have heard, there are many, and we cannot really mention and finish. So thank you very much for that initiative and producing quality players and promoting the talents of our own local players here. That is the beginning, because everything starts from foundation level and they will reach the higher level. I think foundation is the key in everything. So an academy is somebody who begins from an academy is much better than someone who starts from a level that is mature. So who is a person who is an academy graduate has a difference between someone who has not gone through an academy. So thank you very much. That's the coach. So how do you handle performance anxiety among team members as a coach?
Yeah, of course, I will assure you, 15 years I've gone through a lot of experience. Yeah, I've seen a lot of challenges, especially dealing with the young kids that have to play football. But what we do is, first we give every kid a chance. Yes? Then when we give them a chance, we follow them up. We support them through education. We acquire for them bursaries. Then support them in their different schools, especially starting with primary school. We've been working with a number of schools, especially in Hoima, that have offered our graduates scholarships at primary level. We had schools like Victoria's Primary School, St. Jude, very many of them step by step, Radiant. So after primary school, then we also look for scholarships at the secondary level. Then from secondary level, then we plan for university and other tertiary institutions. So in so doing, we put them in an environment where they know football is going to be everything that they need.
Okay.
Yeah. Then it also exposes them to competition from other players from different academies and teams, and in so doing, we develop competitive and determined players.
Okay. So related to that,
Yes.
how do you integrate new players into an established team?
It is a very good question. For us, like I told you, we do specialize in player development. So when we develop a player, we look at when we are developing a player, we look at the current requirements of elite football, especially because our target is always producing top quality players.
Yes.
So we look at the current requirements of elite football, and this is what we try and instill into our players, especially good technique, good tactical awareness, and then the spirit to compete, such that if we release a player, we know he's well equipped to compete at whatever level he's going to be. That is what we always do.
Okay.
Yes.
What measures do you take to actually prevent injuries among the players? Because injury has been most concerns, and at times it is a bit technical to handle such cases of injuries. What measures do you normally?
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Andama. It's a very good question because it is challenging. You have good players, but once you don't prepare them to be able to avoid injuries, then automatically you're going to lose your best players. I've been lucky enough, I've attended some few courses that have tackled that part of injury prevention, and I've used that experience to always handle my players, try to teach them how to handle themselves to avoid the injuries. Then I also make sure the training they undergo is always sensitive, such that they don't get exposed to such serious injuries. However, since injuries are accidental, sometimes it is hard to do what? To avoid. So what we do is use the little knowledge about injury care and treatment, then we always treat them. Yes.
Can you give an example of a time when you try to make a hard, maybe difficult decision in your coaching career?
Yeah, it is a very hard question because I think I've had many challenges too. Then you have to make a decision.
Yes.
But I think the most challenging decision I had to make is choose between becoming a professional coach who's going to work for money,
Yes.
and also deciding to serve the community as a specialist in player development, because this is like a voluntary thing. So you don't earn anything, almost nothing, you earn nothing, but you are committed to the cause. So it is one of the things that have challenged me, because a lot of people ask me, why don't you go for CAFC? Why don't you go for this? But I feel these young players need me more than what the clubs need. Yes.
Okay. How do you solve conflicts among team members?
Yeah, that is also good. I think a team is always like family. To me,
Yes.
it is a family. It is just like when you have a family and you have your kids, you make sure you groom them to understand the ethics of that particular family. So when these kids come through, I make sure I put them down, tell them our ethics, and once you fail to follow, then you automatically thrown out. But I always make sure at least I teach them to understand, such that I don't throw them out, because every kid that comes with a lot of expectation. So you have to guide them, help them to cope with the environment, such that their ethics can be well groomed such that they can become a good player and a good citizen of the country. Yes.
Okay, maybe lastly, how do you handle a situation where a player is not meeting the set expectations from you as a coach?
Yes, what we do is, of course, like I told you, we always give them a chance because it is our role, or me in particular, to develop these players into the standards that I want. So whenever a player is not meeting the standards that I want, then it comes back to myself. How do I help them to meet that standard? That's why he came to me, because he came to me expecting to learn a lot from me. So I make sure I am patient enough to guide them such that they can meet my standards. But the only challenging thing is when they fail to cope up with the ethics of the team. That's when maybe we can fall out with a particular player. But I make sure at least we don't go up to that extent.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach Godwin, for answering and being brief and precise about those questions. So from here, basically, briefly, we are going for a short commercial break. Then we shall come back and talk about the development on, we shall talk briefly about the Coca-Cola tournament is coming in first term. How prepared are you? Do you have expectations like how we have been doing before to be among the competitors? Some people just come there to participate, but they don't compete. So we are going for a short commercial break. We shall bounce back. Don't go away. Welcome back from that short commercial break. We are back to the second edition of our sports here with Coach Godwin. We have been talking basically about the academy. That's brilliant, and he has been in position to explain to us what he does and what is transpiring and what it requires for an academy graduate to do, and how he handles or manages situations in and out on the pitch. So, welcome back from that short commercial break. Coach,
Yes.
we normally know first term is term for Coca-Cola. Do they call it Coca-Cola or Uganda? Is it students kind of, they have changed it from Coca-Cola, now it is something like USMA, like that kind. But first term is always basically for football, that's for secondary school.
Yes.
Masindi Senior Secondary School for a long time has been known as one of the schools, the giants here in Masindi, for taking the trophies. And if we are to count, I don't know how many trophies you have in your office, Masindi Army Senior Secondary School and Masindi that's the senior secondary, that's the Kabalega Senior Secondary School. Those are at least some of the model schools that we have known for taking the trophy and representing us to the national and regional level. So the year 2025 has come, and we always expect many changes. It may either be positive or negative on your side. We can't tell, because football is fun, it keeps on changing, philosophy, whatever keeps on changing. So how prepared is Masindi Senior Secondary School to actually compete and maybe also take this year's Coca-Cola?
So first and foremost, I want to thank Masindi Secondary School because they gave me the opportunity to work with them, because they fit in my program of player development. I had to share with them my vision, and they supported me, and now we are working together. And as you've said, it is a big school. It has a lot of ambition when it comes to sports. And I think now that we are starting the season, I'm working together with the administration to make sure we put up a very good team that is going to compete almost at every level. Yes, that is what I can assure you.
Okay.
Of course, when you consider our performances in the last 3 years, at least we have been in always one of the top schools in the district and the region as a whole. So we are ready to compete again. Yes.
How do you manage actually class time, especially because we know most of those players, some of them are in candidate class, senior 4, senior 6, and others are in lower classes. So how do you balance books and the training sessions?
Yeah, of course, it is a government program whereby a student is supposed to study, but also do a lot of sports, especially when it comes to the new curriculum. So I think Masindi Secondary School has been one of the schools that has supported the government program of developing sports, especially the young children. We make sure during their game time is that time that we use to make sure that we help them not just play, but play with the purpose. So it's not about having more time in sports, but using the time that you are supposed to play such that they can play with the purpose.
Okay.
So I think we have a full-time project for that. We train throughout the year, throughout every term, and we enhance when it is a holiday. We try to do it to enhance it such that we can train for more hours, such that we can also catch up with the international required standards that at least a player is supposed to have. A player who's being prepared for elite football is supposed to train for not less than 2 hours a day. So that is what we do at Masindi SS.
Okay.
Yes.
For how long have you been a coach at Masindi SS? And maybe if you are to compare your players for last year and for this year 2025, what is your expectation?
First of all, I think I may not even remember how long I've been at Mercedes because
Mm.
I've worked there, I think several times I've been there. I come work for them, go somewhere for greener pastures, come
Yes.
back, just like that. So for this particular era, I think this is is it my third year? Because I started in 2022.
Yeah.
I think this
Third
is my
year.
fourth year, yes. But what I can assure you, there are no regrets.
No regrets.
For the 4 years I've been there.
Okay.
There are no regrets. We've performed at the highest level.
Mm.
And now, here we are preparing for another what? Another season.
Mm.
And I can promise our fans, our OBs and OGs, our supporters, that just be behind us. We are going to make sure we put up a good what? A good challenge. We are going to prepare our team to make sure they can compete at every level. Yeah,
Okay.
both for both boys and girls, because I think we also started a project for girls football, and it is doing very well. So we have prepared both of them, and we know we are going to make it this year. Only to add on that.
Yes.
Yeah, Mercedes, being that we are working together with Brilliant Football Academy.
Okay.
We have not only focused on
players, students.
winning trophies. Just
Okay.
we also focus on particularly developing these players, such that even when we don't win, we come out as victors. Because, for example, last year was not our best year. We lost in the semi-finals of the municipal competition.
Yeah.
Then we also lost in the finals of the district competitions. But the most promising thing is 8 of our players are currently playing with the Kitara Junior League, junior team rather. 8 of them.
Yes.
That is a sign that our players have been prepared to play at elite level. Then one of our players by the names of Kirungi Eden is currently on the under-17 national team that has qualified for under-17 AFCON championships that are going to be in Morocco in March this year.
Yeah.
So for our fans and supporters, for some moment during this Coca-Cola, you may not see Eden, that goalkeeper that everyone admires. At the start, you may not see him because he is likely to be...
Eden is the other young, tiny goalkeeper of yours?
Yes,
Young?
yeah, that one.
I recall him.
Yeah. If all goes well, especially the paperwork, he's going to be representing the country in Morocco. So if he's not there, you have to be a little patient. He will join us at some moment.
Okay.
So that is how far we have been able to succeed in our project with the Brilliant and Masindi Secondary School. Yes.
Thank you very much. Actually, I think that will be an achievement. If Eden is to go and play for our own, that's under 17, it is an achievement for us as a country and also Masindi Senior Secondary School as a school.
Yeah,
so he is going to gain more experience and whatever. Yes.
Also, Mr. Andama.
Yes.
I think I have to use this opportunity to thank my administration at Masindi Secondary School, because it has not been easy. They have their targets, but we also have ambitions as Brilliant. We've been able to work together. They have supported me.
Partners in development.
Yes, in thin and thick.
Oh.
So I want to thank the head teacher, Madam Agnes Nakazibwe. You've done a tremendous job in supporting our project, and what we promise you is we are going to do whatever it takes to make sure Masindi SS can always shine
Okay, thank you. From Masin Senior Secondary School and Coca-Cola, maybe briefly let's talk about Big League. Our own team, Bomber here, started on high gear. I think you watch local football and you have been for time following those Big League, even Bomber by itself, how they play. But Bomber started on high gear, and as we talk right now, it is not really a good story to tell your children or other people how Bomber is performing. They are winning from behind now. Right now they're in 11th position out of 15 teams with the 13 points, implying Kigezi Homeboys, they have 12 points. If they are to win, I think Bomber is coming on red carpet. What could be really a challenging for Bomber as you try to follow, if you have been in position to watch? Last time they lost here on Sunday to Kigezi Homeboys by 2-1. They started as a table leaders, but now they're sloping down.
I think it was Busoga United.
Busoga United.
Yes.
Yes, they lost 2-1 to Busoga United. They started very well, and we had hope in Bomber. But right now, they are coming on red carpet. What should be done to see that Bomber really comes back to its winning glory?
Mr. Andam, I think football has a lot of challenges. But the biggest of them is finances.
Finance.
Yeah, finances. If you can put your finances in order, then everything can be a little easier. I think our team, Bomber, is going through financial challenges. And before we think of what we can do, I think it is everyone's responsibility to make sure we come out and support this team. Financially and otherwise. Okay. Because if we can, for example, take the story of Kitara Football Club that has attracted the attention from the entire country and abroad. It is because people from that side decided to come up wholly to support their team, because it is the funds that are a source of income for the club, which is supposed to be the same for us. I think this is what we have not done. People have not come out to support this team financially, and once we don't support this team, these players need their allowances paid, they need their salaries paid. The coaches, you remember just recently when the season was starting, towards the end of last season, I think, they acquired one of the best coaches in Lucham's skills. Yeah, I am one of the people that believed in so much in him, and when he came, he saw that he was able to manage the task.
Yes.
But because the team does not balance their finances, I think I am not so into so much into the club. I don't know the conditions under which he left, but I believe it was financial. So if we can support the team, help them raise the money, especially on game days, people turn up in big numbers, pay the required amount, and it doesn't stop there. It has a WhatsApp group of all fans of Bomber that are supposed to fundraise. Every match day they do fundraise, and if everyone comes on board, we have a lot of people here, companies that can come support the club such that they can do what? They can be able to sustain the players and the good coaches for the team.
Okay, thank you actually for your compliment on that. Bomber, we need really to support our own team. And actually talking about supporting, it's not only financially but also morale. You have to come and morale boost, because in most times I've seen people here in Masindi, when it comes to supporting, giving morale to your own teams, they are not like in other regions. They are not like those fans of Kitara. They come in big numbers. They morale boost. They even financially, you see that the money even they collect at the gate, that money helps to improve on the welfare of the players, transport, whatever. It's not easy, but as Coach Godwin has stated it, finance cuts across, and it is always the most challenge that faces most clubs. And it is through that, if you are not financially stable, that the club's performance gradually reduces. So let's pray and join hand. It is a collective effort between us as the fans and supporters to ensure that our team, right now Bomber does not have any sponsor. Jonad was the sole sponsorship, but he has pulled out. It is now entirely into the hands of community and well-wishers. So we join hand, we see that we have our own Boma reaches to another level. If we have very many teams that represent our own region at the Premier League, it is of better achievement to us as the Bunyoro and also country at large. So leaving Boma aside, right now, as I told you, they're in 11th position out of the 15 teams with the only, that's 13 points. So any slight mistake they make, will find themselves on red carpet, that is in the relegation zone, which we don't want to happen, but we pray for positivity that they reach to another level. Back to Kitara is also our own team here. Kitara at the beginning, they started well, but as we talk right now, Kitara is performing greatly, and every time they are beating and winning. Last time in Stanbic Uganda Cup, they are the champion, defending champions, but still they don't want to disappoint, and they are performing. Last they beat Simba, that's the Simba Lions by 4 goals. What do you expect out of Kitara? Are they going to defend the Stanbic Uganda Cup basing on their play system and how they are determined?
Okay, when it comes to Kitara, I think their biggest advantage is the financials. It is, I think, one of the teams that, I think it is the one that beats every club in Uganda when it comes to get collections. So they've been able to put their finances together, and I think once you do that, you can acquire all the good players that they have acquired, and you are able to facilitate them to perform at the highest level. When it comes to defending the Stanbic Uganda Cup, it is a little bit challenging because everyone is going to come up ready to face them as defending champions.
True.
And last season, I think they took the country by surprise because it was their first season in the league. No one expected them to do that. But I think this time around, big teams are going to come up to challenge them. But with all the good players they have, I think they are up to the task. They can still defend it, and God willing, I think that is what all people from Bunyoro should pray for, because we want to build a very big empire of football in Bunyoro, just like other regions like West Nile, Buganda, and Busoga have always done.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Talking about that is AFCON 2027, Hoima Stadium, as we talk right now, Turkey's company has taken it, and it is the second biggest stadium after Nambole here in Uganda. The development is going on, the construction is going on. It has a capacity of accommodating 20,000 people, seaters, and 2,000 inbuilt seats and sports kind of thing. So the development is ongoing, as you try to see on the screen. That is the Hoima Stadium construction under Turkey's government. And government has put in big money, and we expect the funds to come and fill this stadium. So we don't need to be embarrassed in Bunyoro at large. When you see a big stadium with such capacity, there are no funds. You find like only 3,000, but it's supposed to accommodate 20,000. 2027 AFCON, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, they are going to be the hosts, and we shall be in position to see some of those players you have been watching playing outside in other countries here at our own land. That's the Bunyoro. And besides that also, Masindi Stadium has been allocated, that is the 18 billion. 18 billion, they are going to construct it, and some trainings shall be handled here. You will be seeing those of Muhammad Salah, in case they qualify, right? You will see them here live. You will see those of Diallo, Ahmad Diallo, they will be training here. So it is of great achievement for us as Masindi, Bunyoro, even transport, let me say business-wise, people will be here through such a sport. So what is your comment about the government of Uganda putting in money to consider Masindi Stadium being constructed? That will be actually basically for training session for some players, and also Hoima Stadium where the AFCON itself shall be played. What comment do you have, and of what impact do you think is the development to us as a football fraternity and Bunyoro at large?
First and foremost, I think everyone in Bunyoro has now to position themselves. on how you're going to benefit from the AFCON that is coming in 2027. Because now these are all opportunities laid up for us. Then the other thing is also, because a lot of businesses are going to come, those teams have to come with a lot of business, hotel business, transportation, tourism, a lot of things are going to be here during that AFCON. But most importantly, for us who are into sports, it is a very big opportunity for us. Seeing Masindi Stadium being refurbished at a tune of 18 billion, that's very big money. So we are very proud. We thank the government, the federation, and whoever fought to make sure it comes to Masindi. I think that's when we can also thank Rogers Vyamukama, because he's our delegate in this region. He's one of our delegates in this region that I think he has done a lot of work to make sure we can do what? We can have such developments. So Masindi Stadium and Hoima Stadium, they are going to change the face of Bunyoro as regards the sports, because we have been one of the regions that has always lagged behind, both in development and sports. But now we are on the forefront of the region, of the country when it comes to sports, because for the first time in the history of Uganda, Bunyoro is also going to be one of the hosts of the AFCON. So we thank everyone and urge everyone to position themselves such that if you're a footballer, I want to talk as a person who's so much into sports. I also want to question these footballers. How do they feel, especially footballers from Bunyoro? How are you going to feel when AFCON is in Bunyoro, you play football and you're not part of the national team? So these footballers, especially our young footballers, have to work hard.
True.
They are just, I think 3 or 2 years from now, those are very many years. You can prepare yourself such that you are open to an opportunity being called for the national team. And if you play, you are from Bunyoro and you play for the national team, you know what it means. Everyone is going to come up and support you guys. So work hard for the opportunity. Those who are already there, work harder. Those who are not there, please work hard such that you can get that opportunity. It is open for everyone.
Okay, thank you. Maybe besides that, our own, that's the Kitara Football Club, we call him now former, that's Dennis Ome, the striker, actually put a pen on paper to sign a new contract with the APR Rwanda. And we know Chan is coming, and it is starting on 1st of Feb up to 28th of Feb. It is basically for our own local-based players who play in these local teams here within the country. That's they qualify to play Chan. Do you see it affecting Uganda Cranes? Because right now, he has put a pen on paper. He has joined Rwandan Giant, that's the APR. They are there. He has signed a contract with them. So do you think Dennis Omedi's absence in the squad for Chan, for Uganda Cranes, affecting or making some slight maybe difficulties in team selection for Uganda Cranes, and who could fit in his position?
Yeah, it is automatically it is going to affect the team, because if you consider the national team that has qualified for AFCON, Omedi played a very pivotal role, I think, in helping the country qualify for AFCON. Yeah, the fact that Omedi has joined a foreign club, I think, much as it is going to affect the country, the national team, but there is also that aspect of an individual where you have to also do what? Take up opportunities. You have to work for yourself. So I think it was a big opportunity for him. It was an opportunity that he could not refuse to take. So let's wish him well, but also the country has a lot of talent. Uganda has a lot of talent. I know the coach is good enough, because he was able to spot him playing for Kitara, he's also going to spot other players playing within Kitara and other clubs. At the moment, I see a lot of players, enterprising players. There is a player called there are those players in Villa. I think there is Charles Luanga.
Yes.
There is Kakande. Yeah, there are a lot of players in different clubs. Of course, I know he's going to be an easy replacement. Yeah, there are also other players that have been called from the under-17 team. Bogere, that boy has been scoring goals for the under-17 AFCON team. I think if he's given chance, he can be also a good replacement for Mehdi, provided the coach is going to trust him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Actually, now as we wind up, we are going briefly for some of you who support that is an international clubs. Those international clubs we have in the Premier League. Most Ugandans support actually English Premier League. I don't know why, because maybe those who were colonized by British. That's why they like English Premier League so much, and most Ugandans do support Premier League. Today it is bouncing back. Chelsea actually at 10:30 p.m. today, Tuesday, we shall see Brentford taking on Manchester City. West Ham United takes on Fulham. And then Chelsea takes on FC Bournemouth. And Nottingham Forest, stubborn one, takes on Liverpool FC. That's for today. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, we shall see Leicester City takes on Crystal Palace. Newcastle United takes on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Everton takes on Aston Villa. Arsenal, the big one, will be Arsenal taking on Tottenham Hotspurs. And then again on Thursday, Ipswich Town will take on Brighton and Hove Albion. Manchester United takes on Southampton. That is actually on Thursday. Manchester with the Southampton at 11 p.m. So, Coach, I know you so much focus in local sports and the African football, but maybe I know you have ever heard and you might have watched also some of those Premier League teams, how they play. And as we talk right now, Liverpool is the one leading the table. One of the teams that actually shocked people when their performance reduced is Chelsea. Chelsea had picked the form, and people were like, this time around Chelsea may be a problem, but when you try to see their last 4 matches, they lost all of them. And as we talk now, they are not considered now as the most competitors. Man City also of recent dropped their form, and they are trying to improve. They have now won 3 consecutive games, including 2 in Premier League and 1 in Carabao Cup. So today, Brentford takes on Manchester City. Brentford is at home. Do you see Man City winning this game?
No. I don't have confidence yet in Man City.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have confidence in them. That is one. Secondly, Brentford is a stubborn team with a lot of good physical strikers.
Yes, those Mbwanis,
yes,
those guys.
Yeah, I think Man City Man City's defense may not be able to contain them. But now that they have performed so poorly, I think they will also come up to fight. So I think a draw may be possible.
For Man City.
It is possible for Man City, yes, and Brentford. Yeah.
Okay. And then another stubborn team here, Chelsea takes on FC Bournemouth. They have lost all their 4 games of recent. So they are taking on stubborn Bournemouth, Chelsea, at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, big teams, whenever big teams are performing poorly, you always expect the next game to be their revival. So I am not so sure whether this is going to be the game of their revival, but Bournemouth is a stubborn team. But all in all, I will not hesitate to give it to Chelsea.
Okay. Yeah. Last time, Nottingham Forest was the first team to break an unbeaten record of Liverpool, who are right now leading the table. And today is the returning league. They are at home. Liverpool is coming to their home, but last time they beat Liverpool 1-0 at Anfield. What is your take on this game of today between Nottingham Forest at home up against Liverpool FC?
I think I am just negative about the way Liverpool play. I don't see them winning that game. but their form has been so high, especially this season. We are waiting for, is it to be Bournemouth to,
Nottingham Forest
to stop their form? So I want to give it to Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
Yes.
Rudy Van Nistelrooy, as an interim coach at Man United, won all their 4 matches as he was there. But Amriam Robben came and he could not work under him because Amriam came with his full technical people who backed him up. Then he joined Leicester City. But things are not going well. At the beginning, he started well, but as we talk now, Leicester United is performing poorly. So today they are facing Crystal Palace. They will be at home up against Crystal Palace. Do you see another lose or hope for that's Rudy Van Nistelrooy to pick point from Crystal? Yes, this Leicester City up against Crystal Palace. Do you see Rudy Van Nistelrooy picking any point here? Leicester beating Crystal Palace at home?
No, I don't, because if I assess the squad for Leicester, I think it is one of the worst squads in the Premier League.
True.
I see Crystal Palace as a better team with those of Berechi Eze. I have a lot of confidence in them because their forward is physical, and these guys, they can always put in the goals.
Okay.
Yes.
And then lastly, maybe let's talk about Arsenal up against Tottenham Hotspur. It will be at 11 p.m. Arsenal, for the last 3 seasons, they have been behind Man City, and people have been considering Arsenal as actually the club that is giving a lot of challenge to Man City. But at the end, Man City, Guardiola comes with his philosophy, match reading, and takes it over. And as we talk now, they are taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Do you see Arsenal winning this game at Teta after losing to Manchester United against 10 men last time?
No, so my host, I want to inform you that I am a sympathizer of Arsenal. Not a supporter, but a sympathizer. Because
you sympathize with them?
Yeah, a supporter is the one who watches their games and pays some money to go and watch. I sympathize with Arsenal. But for the very many years I've watched Arsenal in the league, it is always hard for Arsenal to lose to Tottenham in the league. They only lose to Tottenham in cups. Like FA, Carabao, they can lose. But in the league,
in Premier,
it is always very hard. So much as Arsenal is not well, it has a lot of injuries, their form is down, I believe it is a win or draw
for Arsenal. Yes. Thank you very much. Our viewers who have been following us, I think we are coming to the end of our today's program, 14th of January 2025. Coach, your last word as we wind up.
I want to first correct my statement. I sympathize with Arsenal, but I support a club in La Liga called Athletic Bilbao.
Oh, so you are very rare. You support Atletico Bilbao out of all clubs.
Yeah, they have 2 players that I admire most, Nico Williams and Inaki Williams, those brothers. So they made me support their team.
I understand.
That is the team that I support. Then the other thing is, I think I want to thank you for this opportunity. It is an opportunity that I cannot take for granted.
Thank you for honoring.
Thank you for making the world know what we do at Brilliant Football Club Academy, then what we also do at Masindi Secondary School. I also ask every good Ugandan who can come up and support us, not just Brilliant, but several academies in the district. There are very many, because me, I am like a role model here. I started it and I have inspired a lot of my colleagues, some of them my former players. Coach Waman, I think he was here some time back. Yes, he has his academy is called the True Home. If people can support him, there is Coach Isma. He has an academy called the Isma's Soccer Academy. People can support him. There is Coach Marvin. He has an academy called High Stars Football Academy. People can support him. There is Coach Junior with an academy called Hot Steppers Soccer Academy. So these people, why they need our support? They are the ones grooming the players that are going to play for Boma, the players that are going to play for Kitara. So we need to do what? To water them. It's like watering a plant and you expect what? The fruits. So let's support them. and also support our local clubs, Boma, FC, other clubs like Lady Doves, because it has risen our flag high, especially at national level in the girls' sport. So I want to thank everyone who is supporting it, and in particular, Elkem TV, because you have exposed whatever the public has to know. Then lastly, I want to thank my supporters, the people that have been with me in thin and thick, Masindi Secondary School, my players, including that man on the camera. Yeah, he has been there.
Oh,
yes.
That's good.
Yeah, I want to thank my people, my family, my beautiful daughters. I have two. Aaron Murungi in Hoima, then Whitney Nantanda, she's at home. I want to thank them. They always make life beautiful for me. I want to thank all the people that support me in everyday life. Thank you in whatever you're doing for me, because you're just too many that I cannot mention each one of them. But thank you for supporting Godwin, and you give me the energy to keep doing what I do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's Coach Godwin for actually honoring our invitation. And next time we also ask you to come. We share things, issues concerning football. So our viewers for today, Elkem TV, who have been following us right from that time up now, we have come to the end of our today's program. I expect you to actually be with us again next time if God wishes so. See you. God bless you.